Hey everybody, haven't really done a video in a long time. This is my thoughts on Bellator MMA in 2016. I'm gonna do a video talking about Bellator last year, which was awesome, by the way. But right now this is my thoughts on the upcoming Bellator events set for this year. They have they have events already scheduled from January 29th all the way up until I think it was all the way up until April. The very first event, the very first event I am really looking forward to is Bellator 148, um, which is Paul Delay and Andy Urich, Urich, Urich. This is the first Bellator event of 2016, and this event, it was supposed to be, according to Wikipedia, it was supposed to be headlined by Koscheck and Matt Skier, but Koscheck suffered an injury. As a result, the Paul Delay and Andy Urick match was scheduled to headline this show. That match, and of course the other two matches, which is Paul Bradley and Chris Honeycutt and Raphael Butler and Tony Johnson, look good. But of course, the match I'm looking forward to is the lightweight bout between one of my favorite fighters currently in Bellator, and that's Patricky Freer of the Pitbull Patricky of the Pitbull brothers fighting Ryan Couture, which I think that's Randy Couture's son. That is the fight I am looking forward to the most. But it looks like it's going to be an awesome card, and it's this Friday, live prime time on Spike TV. I'm going to so be there. The next event I'm actually mixed about. The next event is Bellator 149, and that's Shamrock versus Gracie. I'm a huge fan of Ken Shamrock, but I don't think I want to see him fight. I don't think I want to see him fight boring as Royce Gracie. It's both of these guys are pretty much grapplers. It's gonna be a boring grappling fight and not a real good stand up fight. And Gracie, in my opinion, is not in Ken Shamrock's league. All Gracie was a garbage Brazilian Jiu Jitsu fighter. In my opinion, the only reason the Gracies were ever on top was because the people they were fighting weren't exposed to this level of grappling, weren't exposed to the level of grappling. And this right here just makes Bellator look like a circus. There's one thing I love about Bellator versus the UFC. Bellator is supposed to be like the real legit martial arts organization, but having fights, like, I know the purpose is to draw these people so they would see the younger people, so they would see the real stars of Bellator. Use these major stars to draw in interest so you can really take a look at these young stars. But having shows that consist of has been MMA fighters, and the worst of all, the street fight between Kimbo Slice and Dada 5,000. That just makes Bellator look like a joke. Like I said, it looks like it's gonna be a good card, a good show. But like I said, I'm mixed about that one. Then you got Bellator 150, which this will take place February 26, 2000. This will take place February 2006, February 26, 2016. Um, like I said, you have an awesome card. You have, while the bantamweight and women's match, which is Lena Anyinka Anchinikova versus Rebecca Ruth, and in a bantamweight match, you got Marcos Gaval versus Eduardo Dantas. Those two sound good, but of course the fights I'm looking forward to are Chait Congo versus Vinicius Corriers and David Rickles versus Bobby Cooper. Bobby Cooper. Then of course on March 4th, 2016, you have Bellator Warren versus Cadwell. looks like it's gonna be good, but really don't care much about this. Did of course Bellator 152, which is April 16th. You got Sakara and Rogers, Alexio Sakara and Brian Rogers. Don't really have much to say about that, but I am looking forward to the Bellator 153 show, which so far they only have one match announced, and that is Brennan Ward versus Andre Kor Koreshakov. So um, like I said, you have an um, so far you have an awesome month of fights. I hope more fighters like the other Pitbull brother, Patricio Pitbull, gets his rematch against Daniel Strauss for the belt. I hope to see Alexander Slamenko, who is currently suspended for performance enhancement drugs. I hope to see him back in the octagon. I hope to see Bobby Lashley back. And since Bobby Lashley's pretty much beaten everyone, I hope to see Bobby Lashley challenge for the heavyweight championship, for the Bellator heavyweight championship. All right. Well, this was my thoughts on Bellator in 2015. Feels good to finally be back.